Hey, thanks for joining me for Pilates. So today's workout, we do have a prop and it's small little hand weights, small little dumbbells, something to hold in your hands to just increase the resistance. That's always optional. Anything we do with the props and the dumbbells, you can always do without, especially if there is something happening with your shoulders that you're looking after. Always choose the right option to suit your body and any injuries or anything that needs special care and attention. We'll start off with a nice warm-up from a seated position, so there's no need to get to standing. If you're standing up, just come down and join me seated on the mat. Just sitting however your knees and your hips and back is comfortable. Doesn't have to be a cross-legged position. We'll start with the hands on the thighs or the knees, wherever it's comfy, and we'll start with the seated cat-cow. So take a breath in to prepare, and as you exhale, we're going to roll through the pelvis, bring belly button to spine, tilt your pelvis backwards, bring your spine rounded, tuck chin to chest, and then inhale, just let it all roll the other way. Just continue to roll through that. And I'll just show you how that looks side on. So you exhale to round it right back, and then inhale to bring that chest forward, and just continue to roll through those two places. Just take your time. See how that works for you. See how your spine, just explore how your spine's feeling today. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this. And if you look around the room, you'll find that we all look very different as we do this, and that's okay. Doing that 2 more times, then what we're going to do is take the hands off the legs. Still keep that little flow through the upper body, but then the arms are just going to roll and flow into that to get a little bit of mobility through the shoulders. So if you look at that side on, we've still got that upper thoracic spine taking its little roll, but now we're just starting to move the shoulder joint in that as well and mobilize through there. So continue to do that. We'll do that 4 more times, just letting that roll, letting that flow. Beautiful. Just allowing your body to move in its own way. Bring the hands back to the center and sit up straight, and then we're going to pull an elbow and take a little rotation so that we're turning and rotating in that thoracic spine. Exhale to turn and inhale to come back to center. Beautiful. Let's continue to do this. Let's do 2 more on each side of the body. And then we're coming to the center. Now, if your arms will go overhead, bring them up. If they need to stay in front of the heart space, put them there. Then we're just going to take a little lean to the side. We're going to repeat that. Inhale through center and exhale to take it to the other side. And just continue to take that side to side. Just so you can sort of mobilize down side body. Create a little bit of space down the side of the rib cage, between the rib cage and top of your pelvis. Get that spine just taking a little banana shape. Beautiful. Let's do that 1 more time to each side. And then we're coming over to your hands and knees. So just bring yourself around, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. From here, we're going to take the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So to come into that dragon type position, just holding there. Taking that little moment to open through the hip, and then put the knee back under you, and then take the left foot to the outside of the left hand and opening up into that hip. Then put the knee back under you. Now step the right foot in between your hands. We're going to take a little flow. We're going to come back to the hamstring stretch. The hips have traveled backwards. Knee has straightened. Now bring the hips and the knee forward and let the body lift up. Hands come down, hips travel backwards. Knee comes forward, arms come up, and just flow between those 2 places. Just letting it move. That's it. Just doing that 1 more time. Put the hands back to the mat. Change legs. Left leg comes forward. Take your weight back. Bring your weight forward. Bring your hands up. Bring your hands down. Bring your body back. Bring your body forward. Beautiful. Continue to do that. Doing that 2 more times. This is the last one. Hands come to mat. Stepping back to your hands and your knees. Pushing your body back to your child's pose. Just having a little moment there to stretch out. Then when you're ready to breathe in, rise up to your hands and knees. Take one arm and just take a circle. push back to child's pose. Take a little flow up, then the other arm. Now, if your shoulder does not like a circle, what you can do is reach forward, reach back, hand comes down. So instead of taking it through that full circle, which might cause pain, might be something happening in your shoulder, an injury or something, just doesn't like that, then don't ask it to do it. Take a modified option and just do this one instead. That's it. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And then just go back to child's pose. Our first little phase of work is a little bit on our hands. That being said, it can always be modified up to the wall if you've got shoulders or wrists that don't like being in that position for a long time. Not that it's going to be a long time. We will have a little break in the middle. But we do have a flow where we've got a few movements where we are down on one hand. So start to come up to the hands and the knees. Take a quick drink if you like. So here we are. We're going to have hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You're going to take the, possibly the dumbbell if you're going to use it in the right hand. We're going to keep the left hand onto the mat. Shoulders are going to be back and down. Now, when we're in this position, we want all of our natural curves. So if you look at my spine, we don't want anything like this where there's an arch up high in the back and the back is quite rounded. We want the shoulders drawing back and down. We want this sort of smiley face action through the lower back, that natural dip in the lower back and the belly coming up. And once we start moving, we want that to be really still. The action through the arm, with or without the dumbbell, is that right arm's going to come straight back up to right hip and then down to mat. Lift it up, bring it down. So that's the first option. If you want to add a little bit of instability, the left leg can come back and the toe is just going to pop into the ground. Once you do that, you need to make sure your hips are square. So belly button's in, hips are square, pelvic floor's up. Then the third option is to hold that leg up into the air. So you can have knee down, toes tucked in, or leg up into the air. As we take a breath in with that right hand, straight back to hip, bring it down, hover it just above the mat. Push, lift to hip, straight back down to mat. That left hand that's on the floor, I want you to push out of that. If you were to come to the wall, imagine I'm standing, you've got the hand on the wall, you're just going to take the arm back and forward, back and forward. So that action is great to do at the wall as well if you need to modify that. We're taking another 5, 4, make sure everything's still square and you're moving, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, doing your lateral thoracic breathing, your Pilates breath. Now hold the arm up. We take a teeny tiny little pulse here. You've got 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, leave your arm there. Now we move to triceps. So bend your elbow, straighten. Bend, straighten, that's it. Keep nice and square. Now hold that elbow back, and now a pulse where you're bending and straightening elbows. Different from the first pulse that we did. You've got to get that bend and straighten through the elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. We're taking a tricep push-up here. So hands are under shoulders. You could be high on the knees where the hips are above the knees. And if you take the push-up here, the shoulders are going to come down in between the hands. Elbows are going to brush the side of your body and you're going to push straight back up. If you want to come to the front of the knees, then you drop your hips, elbows brush side of body, and exhale, push back up. Breathe in, breathe out. So that is your choice. Breathe in. We've got another 5, 4, 3. That's it. Elbows tuck them in. Long through spine. 1 more. Little rest back to child's pose. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Give your wrists a little circle. Beautiful. We're going to do that now on the other side of the body. So coming back to the hands and the knees. If you'll have the dumbbell in the left hand, you might be keeping both knees down. You might take that right leg, tuck the toes. You might lift that right leg up. But let's keep the hips square. Let's draw the shoulders back and let's keep all the natural curves through the spine. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale. That left arm, take it straight back to hip. Breathe in, let it come down and hover. With or without the dumbbell. Let's be really aware about the whole torso. Let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't breathe into belly. Breathe into side and back of rib cage. Keep it going. Keep focused. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it back and pulse. 5, 4, 3. Keep that arm there. Now you're going to bend the elbow, straighten the elbow. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. So now just isolating the tricep muscle, the back of the upper arm. You've got 5, 4. Now we hold it and take a teeny little bend and straighten pulse. So you've got to get the elbow moving for this pulse. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees come down, dumbbells out of the way. Both hands come down. Let's set a tricep push up, lengthen the neck by drawing the shoulders back, pushing out of the hands, lifting up the belly. Breathe into lower, breathe out to push up. Remember, you can modify to the wall. You can come onto front of knees if you want to make this more challenging, or even your toes. Just find the right option for your wrists, for your shoulders, for your lower back. Breathe in, breathe out. We've got 5 more. 2 to go. That's it. Now this is where we're coming off the hands for our little moment in between before we come back to do round 2. We're taking our kneeling squat, kneeling hip lift, but it can be modified to standing and taking a squat position instead, and doing all the same things with your arms. If you need to hop off the knees, sometimes the pressure of the kneeling squat can be too much for your knees. So feel welcome to take this up to a standing position if it feels better. If you're in this kneeling position, knees are under hips, toes are flat. What we do with our lower body is you push your hips back, fire them, extend them back towards the heels without touching. And then this upper body has a really long straight line. So if you actually had a broomstick and laid it up your back, there'd be a little space here under the lower back where you could probably fit your hand, but it would just kind of sit along the back nicely. From here, we're going to have the elbows out to the side. You're going to take a little sit down, rise up, shoulder press. Little sit down, rise up, shoulder press. Now you could modify this with a bicep curl. So on the way down and up, just bringing in that bicep curl with you is a different option if you need. Another option could be a side raise. So if you want to take those arms out to the side, can't get them all the way up overhead, you could just take the elbows out to that shoulder height. So you're still getting the shoulders if the shoulders are up to that, but you're not getting them coming all the way up overhead, which can be a nice action for some shoulders. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Now we stay at the bottom, static through the hips. Arms keep going. So they're up and they're down on the same angle as the spine. Now, again, if you're modifying, you can keep that modified option. So maybe it's the side raise, maybe it's the bicep curl. You've got another 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the elbows stay out to the side. You're going to bring them in and out and in and out. So if you need to bring it lower, it could be way down here. Take less pressure off the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, we still stay here. Arms go out, little circle. Now you might need to put dumbbells down here if your shoulders are feeling like they're a little too heavy. 3, 2, circle back the other way. Keep that long lean, look at that lean through the spine. That's it. Bottom just hovering above heels. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Dumbbells come back down, take a moment, have a drink. So we're going to do all of that again, a second round through the works. So coming into your hands and knees, modifying to the wall if you need to. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to start with the right arm, coming back to the hip again. So maybe you take the left leg long, toes in the ground. Maybe you pick it up. Right arm has the dumbbell. Exhale, bring that dumbbell to hip. Breathe in, put it down. Exhale, pick it up to hip. Breathe in, put it down. Let it flow. That's it. Got 3 more. 2 more. Hold it at the top, pulse. 10, 9, keep pulsing, keep it controlled. Keep the spine long. Hold it still now, bend your elbow, straighten your elbow, bend and straighten, changing the movement. It's not pulsing now, it's a full movement through the elbow. Straighten up the whole torso, make it square to the mat. 3, 2, hold that elbow at the back. Now a pulse through the elbow, a couple of centimeters. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. 5, 4, 3, 2, hands come down, knees come down, tricep push up, shoulders back, belly up, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Five more. That's it. 3 and 2. Beautiful. Here comes your last one. Then push yourself back and have a moment where you can stretch out the spine in child's pose. Just focus on your breath. Take the weight off the wrists and just give them a moment. Give the shoulders a moment. Relax down. Connect mind, body, breath. Just a couple of breaths here. Let it all come together. Now coming back, last breath. Up onto hands and knees. We're working the left arm. So you might keep right knee under body. You might take it back and tuck the toes. You might pick it up but square your hips, lift up the belly. Let's get that left arm ready to move. Breathe in to prepare. And let's exhale, pick it up. Breathe in, bring it down. That's it. Beautiful. Keep that going just like that. Three more. Slow and steady. Hold it up. A pulse with your straight arm, not the elbow moving. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold the arm up there. Bend your elbow, straighten. Bend and straighten. 3, 2. Now it's the pulse, but it's a pulse of the elbow. Teeny tiny movement. Teeny tiny, teeny tiny. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it all down. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Breathe in and exhale, lift. Tricep push-ups. It's your last set of tricep push-ups here. Always welcome to modify to wall. Strong through that upper back, strong through the belly that you're holding up to be tight through front of body against gravity. You've got 5 more. 4, that's it. Push through the heel of the hand, last one. Now you're coming to modify to a kneeling position or modify to standing. Dumbbells. We're taking that kneeling squat, push your bottom back, but hinge forward with your upper body. One option is your shoulder press with your elbows out wide each time you rise. Modified option, elbows bent, taking a side raise each time you come up. Another option would be that bicep curl each time you come up. See what's best for you. Don't choose an option just because it's easier. Choose the hardest option you can do that's right for looking after your body. We've got another 5. Push those hips right back. Now we stay at the bottom and then hold it there, but just do your arm movement while we're here for 9, 8, longer spine, be longer through the torso, that's it. 3, 2, elbows are wide, bring them into the center and out and in and out, or lower it down here if you need to. Take it down lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, we take the arms out and they circle. Maybe dumbbells go down. We're still long through the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, go back the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. We're going to take some time laying on our back now, working through our core. So coming all the way down. First thing that we're doing is coming to our frogs. So lying down, we'll start with head on the floor. So when we're doing our frogs, we're putting lower back into the mat, into Pilates imprint. We're picking the legs up. We're putting heels together, toes out into Pilates little V, knees are out wide, without taking any movement through our pelvis or torso. So we don't want the pelvis to rock and the hips to lift up off the floor or the lower back to lift up off the floor. You're going to exhale, take your legs, push them away and squeeze your inner thighs together. Toes stay out, heels stay together. Breathe in, bring it back. Exhale, push it away. Breathe in, bring it back. Exhale, push it away, squeeze inner thighs. Now, to adjust how heavy this feels for your belly and for your lower back, you adjust the angle you push your legs on. So if you push your legs closer to ceiling, it's lighter. If you push your legs closer to floor, it's heavier. So you can play with that. Just watch how far you bring your knees back in. So if you bring your knees a long way back in, then your bottom and tailbone will lift up off the mat, and we're not looking for that. So bring your knees in till they're just above your hips, then take it away. Exhale, inhale. That's it. We're going for another 4 and 3. Slow exhale as you go. Take a rest. So round 2, we've got 3 rounds of frogs, so you can progress each time if it's right for your body. Round 2 would be holding your head up in your chest lift or abdominal curl while you go. So head, neck, shoulders, shoulder blades are up. Belly is scooped, lower back stays on the floor. You stay here with a space between chin and chest. You exhale, legs go long, breathing comes back. So if you would like to do this one, join in now. If you want to do it the same as before with your head down, then just start exactly the same as you did last time, keeping your head down on the mat. Exhale, push it away, breathe in, come back. Beautiful. We'll get those inner thighs working as well as stabilizing pelvis. And if your head's up, you're working through your 6-pack muscle as well, the rectus abdominals, center of body. You've got another 5, 4. That's it. Control. We don't want to move fast. Last one. Take a rest. So the third round, again, has another progression if your body feels like it's ready to work a little harder at this move. And that has a moving head. So it's much harder to be stable through the center of your body when you're moving from the legs and you're moving from the shoulders. So what that looks like is as your legs move away, your head, neck, and shoulders will pick up. And as your legs come back, your head goes down. So exhale, inhale. And the whole time this is still. So you want to avoid rocking through the hips. You've really got to set the center of your body still. You're still welcome to do either of the 2 options we've already done. So if they feel like they're the right place for you to stay, then do one of those. I'm not asking you to do anything that your body's not ready for. Let's go for another 5 and 4. Last one. Take a little moment, have a sip of water if you like. We've still got more to do on our back here. We're lying down. We've got options here. We're going to take abdominal curl. We're taking, if we can, left leg long, right leg long, but we're going to move the right leg each time we pick up the head. So this is what it will look like, and then I'll give you your modifications. Lower back into mat. From here, we're going to pick up head, neck, and shoulders, and you're going to bring in that right leg, and then you're going to take it long. So exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So having a longer leg like this, make sure our lower back work harder. It makes the whole thing work a little bit harder. If that's too much for your back, then just bend the leg up. Start from both legs bent, and just come in here from bent legs. Exhale, pick your right leg up, breathe in, put it down. So that's a modified option if you need. If you can't pick your head up at all, then take the pelvic tilt. Breathe in to arch your back, exhale to flatten. Breathe in to arch your back and exhale to flatten. So that's a little lift of the back, but bottom stays down, and then pull the back all the way down to mat. Arch the back up and then pull it down. So as you pull it down, you're bringing ribs and hips closer together on the front of your body, and you're shortening that sort of rectus abdominal 6-pack area and bracing as you do it. So you're getting a teeny tiny abdominal curl with the pelvic tilt. So we're going for another 5, 4, Last one. Take a rest and just have a look here while I show you where we're going with that. So the next place we're going to take that is for a rotation. So every time the knee comes up, the action through the leg is the same, whatever position you had your legs in. But as the leg comes up, we're going to twist towards it and reach towards it. And for that, you can hold your little dumbbell. So you can put the small little dumbbell in that left hand and you can reach it down towards the shin or the foot. So you exhale and inhale. You don't have to hold the dumbbell. You can do it just with your arms. So this is what it looks like from long legs. If you want me to show you from bent legs, if that's where you're working from, reach, center, reach, center. If you are not picking up your head at all, what you could do here could be your pendulum. So arms go out into a T, breathe in, let the knees roll to one side, and exhale, pick it back up to center. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Breathe in, roll to the other side, and exhale, pick it back up to center. So we've been working obliques. So this move works your obliques, but it's keeping your head down onto the floor. So that option is there if you need it. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Last one. Have a moment. We're going to switch it to the other side. So the first movement, we were just in the center. There was no rotation. So we took our exhale, head, neck, and shoulders came up, leg came up. Breathe in, come back to center. So whatever option you did here, you might have done it from long legs like I'm doing now, or I'll show you the bent leg option. Both legs were bent. The left leg's going to come up, and then you're going to put it all down. Or this is where you might have done the pelvic tilt last time. So the feet stay down, the head stay down, you arch your back, you flatten your back. You arch your back, you flatten your back. So that is an option as well. As long as everything's stable, everything's deliberate, and you're moving with your breath. Let's do another 5. Last one. Then we added in that rotation. So have a little look while I show you. This is from long legs, and I've already picked up my dumbbell in my left hand. So I'm going to lift and twist and reach to the foot with my dumbbell. Dumbbell starts beside my ears. So I've got my elbows out, fingertips beside ears. I'm just going to reach that across just to add that extra little bit of resistance while I stay as still as I can through center of body. So maybe that's your level, or maybe you did it from bent knees. And the same thing, you can still use that dumbbell and reach to the foot. Or maybe you did the pendulum. So maybe you kept your head down, your arms went out to the T, legs are together, breathe in and roll, and exhale, pick it back up. Breathe in and roll, and exhale, pick it back up. Just take that side to side. Keep it going. One side to the other, to the other. Just let that flow. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. And then hug both knees into your chest and just take a little moment. I'd actually like to go through all of those one more round, but a little bit quicker through. So we're going back to the frogs. We're not going to do 3 rounds through the frogs. We're doing 1 round through the frogs. So when we went through them first time, we had 3 rounds and you worked through 3 different options. So you can choose one of them this time for our single round of frogs. So maybe you keep your head down, maybe you had your head up and we just hold it still, or maybe you choose your moving head. So one of those 3, we'll put our lower back into imprint. We put the knees wide, heels together, toes out. We're going to exhale, take the legs out. I'm going to do it with a still head. That's the option I'm showing. Exhale, squeeze inner thighs, knees together. Keep the toes pointed out. Keep the belly really still. Relax your neck and shoulders. Don't carry the tension up through there. Exhale. Breathe in. Scoop the belly. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Now we've got legs long or legs bent. We've got the right leg coming up as you take a straight abdominal curl, or you're taking a pelvic tilt. 5 more like this, and then we put the twist. One more. Maybe you're going to put the dumbbell in the left hand. As you reach across to the foot, or if you were keeping your head down, go to your pendulum. Twist your knees from side to side. One more. Dumbbell goes down. Head goes down for a moment. Reset your legs and your lower back. It's the left leg's going to move, and the head comes up in the center. We're not rocking side to side or rotating side to side. We're back into the middle. 4, 3. One more, and then add your twist. So maybe get that dumbbell ready so you can twist across and reach, or change to your pendulum if you're keeping your head down. 4 more. Last one. Have a little hug of the knees in. Have a little rock and roll side to side. Maybe take a moment for a drink. We're just going to be changing our positions now. We're coming onto a side lying position. So we'll have right side up to ceiling. So we'll lay all the way down. So put your head supported by a towel, a yoga block, or your arm. Bring the knees in front. So we're coming into a clam position. So the knees are in front, the heels are stacked one on top of each other, and they're around in line with your tailbone. Hips are stacked one on top of each other, and you're lifting under your waist. Shoulders are stacked one on top of each other. We're taking this clam position here. So we're not going to separate the feet. We're just going to take a small movement where these hips stay. So maybe put your hand here so you can make sure this top hip doesn't drop backwards like that. Breathe in to prepare. Now exhale, lift the knee. Breathe in, bring it back. Lift it, bring it back. Keep pushing this hip forward. Keep pushing that knee forward on that top leg. That's it. Keep going. Now from here, we're taking 3 pulses up each time. So 3, 2, 1, bring it down. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. That's it. 3, 2, 1, down. 5 more like that. Almost there. We've got 2 more after this one. Now have a little look. We're going to lift and straighten, bring it back together. Lift and straighten, bring it all back together. Keep that going. Now hold it up, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. Couple of centimeters up and down to ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Beautiful. We're going to do that again. So just take a moment, give the glute a little massage if you need. Realign through this upper body. So just deliberately have another little crawl and stretch forward out of top of head. Make sure your neck is comfortable and shoulders are aligned. Hand back down on that hip. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, knee comes up, inhale comes down. Reset those hips one on top of each other. We start to change it after this one. 3 pulses at the top. 3, 2, 1, down. 3, 2, 1, that's it. A bit of a stronger brace through that belly and pelvic floor to hold the pelvis steady through the pulsing. Two more. One more. Then we bring it down. Then lift and extend and down. Bring the feet back together. That's it. Keep that going. Feels very interesting. Four more. 3, 2, last one. Roll over to elbows or go to wall. Knees. Now that was right leg. So right leg is coming straight up behind you. We're going to lift up high, tap it to ground without rocking through lower back. So we don't want any of this action through torso. Lift, tap, lift, tap. Keep going. 3, 2, hold it at the top, lower it halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Stretch long out of your heel. I've got my toes flexed back to the knee. So I'm pushing the heel away from me as I lift that leg up. Hold it at the top and pulse, pulse. Control the pulse. 10, 9, 8. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, pick it up. Lower it down, pick it up, all the way down and up. Keep going, 2 more. Now hold it at the top, we lower it halfway down. We pick it back up, lower it halfway down, pick it back up. Keep going. Just that half range. It's not a pulse, we're just going halfway down, back to the top. 3 more. That's it, 2 more. Hold it at the top, pulse with control. Pulse with control. 10, 9, 8. 3, 2, we're not quite done. Bend the knee, bring it in and stretch it. Bend the knee, bring it in and stretch. Bend the knee, stretch. Right through that nice flowing full range of motion. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now coming over to lay with left side up to ceiling to start those clams on the other side of the body. So change over, have some water, take a moment. Getting comfortable, getting right down so that the head's supported by the arm or a towel or a block. Knees are in front, heels are around to your sit bone. Getting lifted under the waist and stretched out through the top of the torso, head. All this is supported and sort of stretching long. Hand on that hip so you don't lift the knee so high that that hip falls back. Let's start that first lot of the clams. Breathe in to prepare. As you exhale, lift that top knee a little bit. Breathe in, bring it back down. Don't lift it too high. We don't want this top glute to fall backwards or hip to fall backwards. Keep them stacked. There's a very different feeling in the clam when you really keep your hips stacked or when you open too high and that top hip moves back. You just won't feel the same burn. It will be very different. 3 and 2. Now the next one goes to 3 pulses up. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Just tap it down. 3, 2, 1, little tap down. 3, 2, 1, little tap down. 3, 2, 1. Three more like that. 1 more. Then there's that slight change in the movement. Open, stretch, down and tap. Open, stretch, down, tap. Now it stays up. Little pulse, little pulse. 10, 9, 8. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Just take a moment. Give you just a moment, few breaths, little rest. Time to reset through the alignment of the body. Think about the muscles that we're working. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, hand on hip, breathe in, and as you exhale, lift that top knee, breathe in, bring it down. Don't lose the alignment of that hip. One more, and then add those 3 pulses at the top. So up for 3 little pulses, bring it down and tap it. Don't rest it at the bottom. 3 pulses up, bring it down and tap. 3 pulses up, bring it down and tap. That's it. Four more like that. Right, now change it. Lift and open, down and together. Lift and stretch, down and together. Four more. Hold it up, bring it down, rolling over onto elbows, onto knees. Left leg is doing the work behind us. Stretch it long and tuck your toes. Exhale, pick it all the way up, bring it all the way down without rocking through lower back. Three, and 2. Hold it at the top, lower it halfway down, and sit all the way back up. Lots of control. Now hold it up at the top, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. We start again. Lower it all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. That's it. Toes are flexed. We're almost there on the last round. 4, 3, 2. Now hold it at the top, lower it halfway down, all the way up, halfway down, all the way up. That's it. Stay with that. 4 more. 3, 2. Now hold it at the top and pulse, pulse, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2. Bend the knee, bring it under, and then take it right up. Knee under, take it right up, let it flow. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Now we're going to come into a figure 4 stretch. You could lay on your back and do pigeon, or you can come and bring knee forward to wrist and slide yourself back here. Just make sure there's no pain in your knee when you find your pigeon position, and just have a moment where you can have a little stretch here. Stay here for another 5 breaths, and then we'll change to the other side and just release into that hip area a little bit. Coming back up, changing to the other side. Whether you're on your back, whether you're in the same position I am, just finding a release. And then just coming over to lie onto back. We'll do a few sets of hundreds. We'll also do a few sets of planks. But because we've just been on our elbows, let's come onto our back and take the hundreds first. So coming to lie down. We'll put lower back into imprint. First position for hundreds can be feet on the floor. Second position could be tabletop. Third position could be legs long. From there, you can have head down, or you can have your head up. You can choose any of those. Arm action is beating arms vigorously and then trying to hold the rest of your body still and bracing. You're having 5 beats, as you breathe in through your nose, 5 beats as you breathe out through your mouth. So let's get that ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Then we're beating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Every time you exhale, you're tightening through low belly. You're tightening through pelvic floor. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Bring it in. Have a rest. We're going to do 2 more. Let's stay for 3 more breaths. And then we will get ready for the next set of hundreds. Lower back into mat. Relax the neck and shoulders. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Let's start those hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Scoop the belly in. More with every exhale. 3 more breaths. 1 more breath. Legs come in one at a time. Head comes down. Take a rest. We've got 1 more to do. Let's start to get into position. Lower back down. Legs come up. Head might come up. Start beating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make those arms move more vigorously. Keep that belly in a little tighter. Keep that lower back onto the mat. We're almost there, you know. 3 more breaths. Hug the knees in. Take a little twist, a little rock side to side. Maybe even bring your knees wide and hug them, or come into a little happy baby here if you like. Just a little release. Hips, lower back. A little calming for central nervous system. Let's do a leg stretch before we hop out of this position. So that could be feet on the floor or tabletop legs. As you exhale from either position, you're going to move a leg away. Breathe in, it comes back. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Arms could go as well. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keeping the torso steady, lower back onto mat. Adding in now an abdominal curl in the center if you like. As everything comes into the center, pick up the head. Stretch, pick it up. Stretch, pick it up. Maybe go both legs together. Out, hold, in, up. Out, hold, in, up. Make it nice and flowy. 4 more. 3, 2, and then we'll change to pendulum, arms in the T, feet on the floor or tabletop. Inhale to roll to one side and exhale to pick it back up. Just take it side to side. Really being strong through the obliques. Also letting there be a nice little mobilization as you take that side to side. One more. Coming back, now I'll start my demonstration from the most challenging leg stretch and work my way backwards. Lower back into mat. So here, exhale, little stretch, both legs, both arms, breathing, come back, pick it all, scoop it into the center. Exhale, hold, inhale, lift. So there, options from that. Single leg, you can do the same thing, head up. You can do any of those without picking the head up. So you can still do the big stretch out little hold, but not pick the head up. You can do the same thing with the leg down. Stretch out, hold, in. Stretch out, hold, in. Stretch out, hold, bring it in. 5 more. Stretch out, hold, bring it in. 3 more. 2 more. Here comes the last one. Hug it in. Take your pendulum, arms out to the side. Breathe in to drop it down and out to pick it up. And just take that side to side. Two more to each side. And then we'll just hold it. So the next time you go to the right side, just hold it there, and we'll just hold a little spine stretch for a minute. You can close your eyes if you feel like that. Come to the center and take that to the other side. And just hold. Just relax. Come back to the center. Come up to seated. We're moving to plank options now. Now, if planking is a no-go for you, you could always hold a bridge. So stay on your back and hold a bridge for the time that we're in a plank. So that's a modified option if you need. You can plank to the wall as well. So coming over, planking can be a number of different positions, but the alignment stays the same. So we always want shoulder over the top of the wrist or the elbows if you're in that position. We never want our bottom to be higher than the shoulders or the spine to be up and rounded. So wherever you choose to have the upper body, we want shoulders back and down. We want a nice neutral alignment through the body, through the hips, nice long and straight position. We're going to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. We're going to go for a minute. So I'll give you a count in. We're getting ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'll let you know when we're at 30 seconds. I'll let you know when we're at 45 seconds. Pushing out through the heels, pushing through the hands. Lifting up through the belly. We are at 30 seconds. Keep breathing. We're at 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Let's get another plank getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1, bring it up, set your plank. Shoulders over wrists or elbows. Coming back, we're in position. I've already got the timer going. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Keep the eye gaze in front of the hands. Keep lifting the belly up against gravity. We're almost there. So close to finishing off with our final stretch. You've done really well today. It's been a great workout. Feels like I was right there with you. We're at 35 seconds. 45. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your child's pose. Just coming up to hands and knees. Take the right arm under your shoulder and just come into a thread the needle and just hold, just relax. Just stay here for 3 more breaths and then change it to the other side. Let's change that arm over. Three more breaths. Back to the center. Just take a little seat. Legs are in front, a little softness in the knees. We sit up nice and tall. We just lean forward out of the spine. Shoulders lifted, chest back, shoulders back, chest lifted. Let me get the right words. So we're leaning forward with straight back. If there's anything happening in your back, anything you're looking after in your low back, stay here, don't go any further. If your back is healthy and you like the sensation of rounding this upper spine and shoulders and head down, then just bring yourself down further. It's okay to do that. If your back is good and your neck is happy with that, some people's necks just don't like it. Try to find this sort of calmness in here. You can even bring on some breath work here as we hold these stretches. A good calming breath is an inhale for a count of 4 and an exhale for a count of 6. So that exhale is just slightly longer than the inhale. It's actually very calming for the body. Lower anxiety, heart rate, blood pressure. Doesn't have to be like the numbers 4 and 6, but you just try and make your exhale last for 2 seconds longer than your inhale. Stay there for another couple of breaths. And just rise up. Take your right leg, bend it up, cross it over, and we'll just take that twist to the right, sitting up tall. Coming back to the center and change it to go the other way. And then just come to the center, sit however your legs are comfy and have a lean to the side. If the arm doesn't want to go overhead, just keep it down on your hip, that's okay. Come to the center and go the other way. Back to the center, a couple of rolls through the shoulder. Take your right hand, reach it down, take left ear towards left shoulder. Just a couple of breaths. We won't hold this for very long. Into the middle, right hand on knee, left hand reaches away, right shoulder to right. Right ear to right shoulder. Back to the center, a couple of rolls through the shoulders. Hey, really great work today. Thank you for joining me for Pilates.